name is Jenna Johnson.
Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. I've never read anything in front of a room or anyone before, so we'll see if that goes or not. My first poem is Confessions. I stole from the Walmart on West Avenue every time. My biggest accomplishment is probably my latest breakup. I frequently let panic get the best of me. Last summer, I was frenzied or bored enough to cut my arms again. I freaked everyone out, slurring, "Fuck, I don't even do that anymore!" Through the thick of embarrassment and clogged tears. My stomach was the punchline of my body for years. I won't die in the pursuit of fitness. I mostly lack the desire, but have always lacked the discipline. The few things I know about myself for certain feel merely memorized or rehearsed. I'm so glad I talked to you on the last day you were alive. I have outlived too many people I love. The biggest blessing in any relationship would be letting me die first. Stability is incredibly expensive, so I've been saving up my mood stabilizers. It shows. It's like I've been put on SSRIs and now I have to undo the psychoelectric damage. When I'm anxious, I absently shove my tongue in the grave of my ruptured tooth feeling I couldn't afford to save. I'm perpetually miserable. I'm pointing fingers. I expertly cast blame. I'm obliterating a fat green bowl with my heart-shaped pipe before daylight jumps. Yesterday, a friend and I smoked beneath a warm swarm of sun and mosquitoes for like 5 hours straight, and I think that might be enough to get me through the week. I will tongue acid for the first time since 11th grade soon. I use your last lighter to smoke your favorite cigarettes. I fucking hate them. I can feel my collarbones again, and I don't care. I throw up almost every day, but it's not always on purpose anymore. I quietly appreciate how the leaves outside my window bleed into the sun. It's almost mystical. There is something deeply wrong with me. Sometimes I'm unsure whether or not I have the capacity to love at all. Other times, I obviously love so purely. I accept that I know very little in the grand scheme of things. I have long since expired what my therapist used to call the suicide card. Still, I write this poem. And I have one more to read. This one is called Dead Girl Walking. We fucked ourselves over because that's what teenage girls do. We pawned our great aunt's wedding rings and gagged on cigarette smoke in the leather bellies of Jeeps that weren't ours. Felt the stir in our stomachs and kicked the pebbles in the Planned Parenthood parking lot, seeing ourselves in them. We were beaten by our boyfriends, our friends, our fathers, our brothers, until at one point they all looked the same. Liquid anger and teenage anguish dripped and flooded over beer bottles, guzzled down on the couch, stained. 18 has forever been a rope around my neck. What a graveyard our bodies can become. For the fetuses our useless wombs couldn't sustain. For the love marks left by boys who wanted to see us torn open. For the psycho rom-coms burnt out of us. Our lives were blurs of infertile wishing stars, glowing skin, shriveled cigarette butts, bruises like rotten fruit. Now we spill our hearts out in cemeteries, bodies gaped open by worms like confetti. I am an object of desire. I wear a glimmering chain around my neck, and I cry when Laycock tells me that I have fallen in love with a war. We are perfect matches designed to self-destruct. Teenage girls are meant to be unlovable. None of us are prom queens. Devil incarnate, we cried and bled lonely in front of everyone, thunder and lightning. I'll wake up on a different planet every morning, 11:11. I used to be a miracle, just ask my mother. I'm a tomb of emotions, the place where boys come to die. Of course I'm going to fuck myself. That's what real teenage girls do.
I want to close with a poem or two from one of the poets that inspired me to become the Poet Laureate, trying to be that. Paul Christie, he's passed on. He dedicated his life to poetry, and it won't be as great as hearing it from his voice. The noise of the world. In night, the street light stabs, shades of the maple tree, the edges soft and rustling. How in memory I walk, the breeze of midsummer, the grass turns to seed, weeds into the field, the voice inside relaxes, The mind is tough like iron. I step on pavement. My breathing becomes consciousness. There's nowhere to run. A vast concern. What a realization to know alone I am. A few cells organized by a good grand scheme. Can't be by accident, but alone. The sea swells, waves roll, whitecaps, clouds white billowy, only to change under a blue sky, not even constant, patterns moving. Thank you. All right, thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for that, Perk. And thanks for sharing tonight.